We live
We are. Chris, it's sweet.
already?
Yeah.
Wow. It's the quickest he's ever been here.
Mm-hmm.
Did you find breakfast sausage for your burgers tonight, Chris? And with the breakfast sausage, you don't have to add much seasoning. So just to warn you, if you're still here.
You know, it says 0 people, but 1 thumbs up.
Oh, well. Is that 1 thumbs up from you?
No, my phone's inside charging.
Oh. It is a holiday, so I can't imagine there can be too many people on.
Hey, Glenn.
Glenn.
How's your 4th going so far?
Better than the 3rd.
Hey, Pam.
Hey, Mom. Plan is to shimmy this thing down inside there. See what happens. I don't know if it's hot where you're at, but if you stand around
here.
too long, your flip flops will melt to the ground.
Yeah.
Who else is here?
Just your mom and Glenn.
Oh. Well, I guess 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Mm-hmm.
So is this going to go right in and everything's going to line up? I don't have to move anything?
Yes.
Because this is actually a straight axle truck and somebody took and welded all this stuff in here. So I'm hoping they put it in the right spot. I'm also hoping I don't have to remove that cross member. I hope I can just leave it there and then put a cross member for the transmission back here where it goes.
Okay.
That's what we're hoping for.
Jenny's canning green beans in this heat. Yuck.
You got green beans coming out of your garden already?
Although I do love canned green beans. And fresh green beans. And frozen green beans.
I like green beans.
Yeah.
French style.
Mm-hmm.
Simmer down now. I want to scratch the paint.
Yeah. The car guy wants to know if you're having fun.
Oh, I'm always having fun. Especially when it's 400 degrees outside.
Oh, Glenn has central air.
The luxuries of being rich.
It gets hitting on this thing.
Yeah, it looks like it's not going to clear that cross member.
Right. And it's hitting on this lump.
Yeah.
And up there.
I was hoping it'd come in. Maybe that's why they had the shifter cover off and they had it stuck in a gear. Remember when I was messing with it the other day?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they had that cover off.
Right.
You know, just wheel it back a little bit, pull that cover off, and try it again.
The car guy says, y'all are now my new friends. Hey, Charles.
Hey, Charles. I wonder if he's in charge. We're actually putting this truck together to sell it.
Right.
I'm taking any parts and what I paid for it, and that's what we're selling it for. No labor. It's all going to be bare minimum, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cheap as possible for somebody to have a classic to enjoy.
Nathan Price said he's always taking the cross member out.
Yeah, well, the problem with this one is it's riveted in.
Oh.
But I'm probably going to have to remove it.
Well, that's no good.
Probably gonna end up dropping a bunch of dirt in the transmission also.
Well, don't do that.
Yeah, it'll be fine. I'll just dump the fluid out of it. That clears up. That's
Yeah, that's a lot. Can't you just put some plastic over it or something?
yeah, maybe. What a pink rag.
Yeah. What year is this? I think that's
This one's a 64.
64. Is that what you're asking, Nathan?
It came from Iowa or somewhere down south, but it's got some rust on the cab. I gotta address the front issues of the cab mounts, get that raised back up. But I got the whole front clip for it, but I'm gonna put new fenders on it and some other stuff and just get it roadworthy. Then yeah, maybe some young kid will end up with it and they can be their first truck.
Right. Nathan wants 390. This is a now I forget.
Well, it's a 352, but it's got 390 pistons in it. So Brian from Canada did the math and said it's probably a 374 cubic inch FE.
Yeah. And what did you take out? I mean, it didn't actually have anything in it.
This is what came with it.
Right. That's it. It just was in the back of the truck.
Yep.
Not running. And you did some stuff to it.
Yeah, I ripped the heads off and put a different intake on it and regasketed the upper end.
Yep. That's what you did.
It's kind of looking like these mounts are in way wrong spot. That's not going to be fun. Yeah, that's looking like it's going to have to be moved.
What is?
The whole cross member, this whole thing needs to go forward.
Oh.
Because I'm hitting the firewall back here. Oil pan didn't even clear.
Oh. Nathan says the cab mounts might give you more access.
And yeah, it would bring it up a little bit. I thought they had this in here, but maybe they didn't.
Right.
I always raise the back of the transmission up, see how much room I can gain there. Not much.
Parked up garage said that had to hurt ripping the heads. Nathan says the 73 to 79 are his favorite years.
Those are one of my favorites too. I've had a few of them. Actually, I've had a lot of them trucks.
Now mostly just the 60s.
Yeah. I will find another dent side someday.
Well, he said Ford decked the engines, then set the cabs down.
Yeah, that setup's not going to work.
Nope. You've had close to 30 of these 70s trucks, Nathan.
Wow.
That's a lot.
I've probably had 15 of them.
Okay.
Well, that's no good. I'm going to have to rethink this whole operation here.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is they welded it.
Yeah.
Because this is about where the engine should go. But that's way too far back. Because I'm assuming this had a straight six in it. Without checking the horsepower, it could have been a V8 truck, but yeah, that's got to come forward 3 inches. I can move the motor mounts, but then that oil pan's going to hit. I guess I'm just going to start grinding, huh? cut all these welds, see if I can move it. Well, I can't really. Oh, I have to cut it, move it forward 3 inches.
Mm-hmm.
A 302 would probably go in here nice.
Do you have a 302?
Yes, I do.
Maybe we do that.
302 should fit in here. They're quite a bit smaller of an engine.
Put this in your truck.
Put it in something. I wanted it in here to free up my cherry picker so I can get my engine back in S10.
That engine?
Yeah.
Back in there?
Yeah.
Nathan, I'm referring to the trans cross member. Is it riveted in?
Yeah. For this old one, it's riveted in. But if I put it, I'm going to have to just cut it out now. But still won't make room for this engine.
Ghost, happy 4th. Hope that engine swap isn't giving y'all any.
It's not.
You know what?
SH?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I really wanted this engine in here. I do got that 302 and that other 4-speed.
Nathan, you are not coming across as a know-it-all.
No. I know nothing also.
Parked Up Garage has faith in you. You have a torch and a welding machine.
Yeah, I do have both. So yep. I guess I could move the crossmember forward, but I'll have to pull a tape measure, check on that truck I got, and see maybe they had it set up for a 302.
Chris Jones remembers doing all this, but he was like 20-something.
Yeah, I remember doing this when I was 20-something.
Hey,
seems
Canadian.
Like Canadian? What if he's from Canada?
Maybe. Hey, Tim.
Tim Windsor? Howdy.
Buddy Moles.
Hi, buddy. Yeah, so it's way too far back. What do? Do I just try to stick a 302 in here? What do you guys think?
I don't know. Yeah. What do you guys think? Put a 302 in or cut out that cross member and move it and do all of that stuff and leave the 390, basically?
Yeah, basically a 390.
Right.
It's an FE.
Let's do which one, buddy? Which one? We got 2 options.
I was really hoping this would go right in.
Tim, we are not Chevy powering it. You can just zip it.
Tim Windsor said that?
Tim Windsor said that.
He knows better than that.
I know. Nathan and his whole family worked at the assembly plant in Norfolk.
Really?
Hey, John. Dylan says the FE.
Okay. Because the FE is correct for this truck. Well, technically not in the Thanks, 64. Chris. 65 would have had an FE.
John says you should just go ahead and put a Hemi in there.
You got one I can use?
Right.
It's actually becoming a pretty popular swap is them newer Hemis in these old trucks. But not for me. That's too much brain work trying to get those things to work and the electronics.
Hi, Andres.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think people.
Well, this goes to the coil and then the power to the coil and they run.
Yeah.
Super simple.
Yeah. This is an FE, right?
Yes, this is an FE.
I think people want the FE in.
The Ford Etzel?
Yeah. That's kind of what I'm gathering.
Yeah, so then I could probably move that forward 4 inches, I guess.
Better a little more than a little less.
Yeah. Well, the motor mounts, like you can flip them either direction and gain, or they're not perfectly centered. So if you flip them, it'll go one way or the other. You know what I'm saying?
No, but I'm sure somebody does. Mark says, "Get out the torch, Junior."
Yeah. How does he know I'm a junior?
I don't know.
Yeah, because here's the bolts that mount it. So if I can flip the motor mount either direction. So instead of the stud being here, it'd be up here.
Oh.
If I move it, but I'd probably just cut it loose, slide it where I want it, set everything in there, get it positioned, and then weld it back in.
Not Gorilla Glue?
I got some.
Nathan, we are in Two Harbors, Minnesota.
Yeah, and it's way hot up here too.
Super hot.
In Dos Abres, Minnesota.
John says he's got a 440 full roller, 20 over, sitting in San Jose.
Nice.
That is cool, but yeah.
That'd go good in your little Valiant you got sitting over there.
That little Valiant is great with a 225.
Somebody on YouTube offered me $1,000 for it. Sent him my email. I said, if you're serious, I'll sell it to you.
Oh, Nathan says the frame mounts are 6-cylinder mounts.
These ones are?
That may be why it doesn't fit.
And where they put them.
Yeah.
But the mounts, they look like they'll work, but I don't know. I'd have to refer to my truck I have with a V8 in it. I guess I could just measure off of that.
He said he's in North Carolina, otherwise he'd come help. That'd be great. David doesn't think my help is very
only if you're licensed. That's the only help I really need. That was a head trigger joke.
Yeah. This is a f100.
Yep. Project truck.
Yep. It's needs some work, but it's not bad.
No, the front end's the worst, the front clip.
Right, but you're replacing most of that, so.
Yeah. And then somebody wrapped the chain around the, what is it, the tow bar, drag link bar, whatever it's called, that goes between the tie rods. They wrapped a chain around that to drag it, and it bent it all the way into the I-beam, so it won't hardly steer. So I got another one I'll just have to throw in, but it's always something.
Yeah. Well, but, you know, you got to try to save them.
Yeah, and that's what we're trying to do here. Is
right.
I don't know. We've saved quite a few so far.
Yeah.
Saved your truck.
I know. Mine's beautiful.
That should have went to the crusher.
You zip it.
All right, well, I'm at a standstill. Maybe when I start cutting, we'll go live again. So, sorry. I was really hoping to get this sitting in there.
Dylan says that thing needs a Crown Vic front end and slammed on the ground. My truck has a Crown Vic front end, but we can't see.
I Crown Vic swapped hers.
Yep.
The next one I'm doing is getting Crown Vic swapped. This one is, I don't want to do any more work to this than I have to, but that would actually probably be easier than cutting that out.
Well, I wonder, you know, maybe,
anyway.
Maybe you
I do have another Crown Vic front end.
Right. Thanks, Nathan. He welds and fabricates for a living now.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, you could think about that. Would this motor go in then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because they make motor mounts for basically any engine into a Crown Vic swab.
Okay.
Because I Crown Vic that 64, and that actually worked really good.
Right.
Yeah, I got to cut all this out anyway, so. All right, you talked me into it. Maybe I'll start on that today. Get this thing ripped back out, set it over there so I can have my cherry picker back.
Right.
I don't know.
Mac.
Hey, Daryl. Yeah. You guys think Crown Vic swap with a 390? Might have to.
Then would that
it'd have disc brakes.
I was gonna say, will that eliminate some of your brake issue?
Yeah, it'd eliminate everything.
Oh, so then you one less thing you have to do.
Because I'm sure I'm gonna have to go through the brakes on this, so I might as well just go through the disc brake setup on a Crown Vic.
Mark said, "Crown Vic to the rescue."
Yeah.
Well, it worked well in my truck.
It did. So, and I do got a Ford Explorer rear end. So.
Oh.
I got the stuff to do it. I was saving it for that other truck, but I said, why not?
Red Nakistan has his Studebaker got a Mustang 2 front end.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those were a pretty popular swap back in the day.
And Jesse says, or make it a 4x4. I don't know that you have the stuff.
Yeah, I do.
Oh. Well,
out of that big jacked up truck, but that thing's so fabric cobbled together. It's got 8 shocks up front and everything's welded and I kind of like the 2-wheel drive method. This
Sounds
is
good.
rusty enough somebody could drive it in the winter if it was a 4-wheel drive.
That's true.
Well, I'm gonna yank this thing back out of here, and so we can just I guess we'll call it an evening, afternoon. So tune in. Maybe we'll do some live stuff when I decide to start mocking up that Crown Vic front end. I just have to order some parts, which I think last time I used it was Backyard Customs for the
I think
swap
so.
kit.
Yeah.
But I also think Chris would know the name of the company. I don't know. I don't think it's Devious Customs, but it's Outcast. Maybe Outcast Customs. They do a lot of this F100 stuff. All the parts for swapping them. So maybe I'll price them, source them, see which one's the cheapest, and go with that. Go that route. So yeah, I guess until we meet again. See you later. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate everybody.
Happy
Have a
4th.
great 4th. Be safe. Don't do anything stupid.
Yep.
Keep all your fingers intact.
Uh-huh.
So
And hit the thumbs up button.
yeah, smack the thumbs up button. I appreciate it. Have a good night.